Broken Violin Part 2. The weeks after Emily's performance at the town hall passed in a blur. For the first time in her 16 years, she felt seen, not just as the quiet girl who walked alone after school, but as someone who carried music inside her. The night she played her broken violin had sparked something in the town. People who hadn't spoken in years stopped to share kind words with her. Strangers left small envelopes at her porch, notes of encouragement. A few dollars tucked inside, sometimes even cookies with little hearts drawn in icing. It wasn't about money. It was about being reminded that she mattered. The gift. One Saturday morning, Emily heard a knock on the door. She opened it to find Mrs. Patterson, the elderly woman who ran the town's antique shop, standing there with a large black case. "I heard your music at the hall," Mrs. Patterson said softly. "It reminded me of my late husband. He played violin every night until his hands grew too weak." She handed Emily the case. Inside was a beautiful, polished violin, its wood rich with history, its strings gleaming. Emily gasped, her hands trembling. "This should be played again," Mrs. Patterson whispered. "And I believe you're the one meant to play it." Tears blurred Emily's eyes. I don't know what to say. Just keep the music alive, dear." That night, Emily sat on the porch and practiced until the stars filled the sky. The notes were clearer, fuller, like the violin itself was telling her, "You're ready to share me with the world." A chance to shine word spread quickly about Emily's gift. One of her teachers entered her name into the State Youth Orchestra auditions in Boston. When Emily first heard, she laughed nervously. "Me, I've never had a real teacher. I just play." But her brother Caleb nudged her. "You played your heart out with a broken violin. Imagine what you can do now." For weeks, Emily practiced every spare moment after school, before dawn, even during lunch breaks. Music became not just a way to heal, but a bridge between her and everyone she had once felt invisible to. The night before the audition, her mother kissed her forehead. "Your father would be so proud. He always believed your music was a light. Tomorrow, let them see it." The audition Boston was loud and overwhelming compared to their small town. Emily clutched her violin case like a lifeline dot in the waiting room. She sat among dozens of kids with expensive instruments and years of training. She felt her chest tighten. "What am I doing here?" When her number was called, Emily stepped onto the stage. The judges sat in a row, expressionless, pens ready. Her hands shook as she lifted the bow. But then she remembered Mrs. Patterson's words. She remembered the townspeople clapping at the hall. She remembered her father fixing her old broken violin, telling her, even when it's cracked, it can still make music. She closed her eyes and played. The melody was simple, but full of heart. Every note carried her father's memory, her town's kindness, and the belief that even broken things could be beautiful. When she finished, silence hung in the air. Then, slowly, one judge put down her pen and whispered, "Remarkable." The letter, weeks later, back in Seabrook, Emily checked the mailbox every day, her stomach in knots. Finally, one afternoon, she found a large envelope addressed to her. Her hand shook as she tore it open. Inside was a letter with bold words across the top. "Congratulations. You have been accepted." Emily screamed so loud the neighbors peeked out their windows. Her mom dropped the laundry basket, laughing and crying at the same time. Caleb ran circles around the porch shouting, "She did it. She did it." For Emily, it wasn't just about getting in. It was about proving to herself that her music mattered, that she mattered. The concert, months later. Emily stood on stage in Boston as part of the State Youth Orchestra. The bright lights above her, the hushed audience before her, and the violin resting under her chinhead, all felt like a dream. She took a deep breath and began to play. The sound soared, filling the grand hall with warmth and hope. Somewhere in the audience, Mrs. Patterson dabbed her eyes with a handkerchief. Emily's mother and Caleb sat in the front row, beaming with pride. And in her heart, Emily felt her father's presence, like he was right there beside her. whispering, "You kept the music alive." Full circle, after the concert. People lined up to congratulate her. One young girl tugged on Emily's sleeve shyly and asked, "Do you think I could ever play like you?" Emily knelt down, smiling. "You don't have to play like me. You just have to play like you. That's enough." The girl's face lit up, and Emily realized something. Her father's light, the town's kindness, Mrs. Patterson's gifted, had all led her here. And now, she could be the one to pass that light on. Moral of the story: sometimes life breaks us, but even broken instruments make the most beautiful music when given love and a chance to heal. Emily's journey reminds us that what feels shattered can still carry hope, and that kindness has the power to restore dreams, because every note we share has the power to change the world.